Okay. I'm just going to start talking. Even though I'm having so many network issues. Because like I've seen a lot of questions that are around like, how do I do X, Y, Z? And it's like always asking like how to change their circumstances with their circumstances. And it's like I get into these modes where I can feel my like life force energy like depleting in a way. And through that, I don't know if why does this keep disconnecting? Why is it disconnecting? I don't know. It keeps disconnecting. I don't know why. Yeah, I see a lot of like questions that are like, how do I get this? Like I'm in this situation, I'm in this bad situation, and I want to make money and do this and do that. And I can understand where that's like coming from, but I need to get a coffee actually. I'm like kind of tired. Yeah, I can understand where it's coming from in terms of the question and like people wanting to say like how like this is how bad my situation is, but honestly, like everyone has bad situations. Like if I told you all of the bad, like if I gave you the list of all of the bad things that have happened to me in my life, like you would, but I don't, because that's not my story. Like I just don't even identify with it. And that's like the thing. So like when people want to know the thing, they want to know the thing. They're like, well, how do I make money so that I can be on vacation all the time and I don't have to worry? And how can I do this so that I'm not depressed and all of these things? And this is that's the one thing. Like it's the thing. It's right there. So it's not out there for anyone, it's in here. So it's all in here and it's all stuff that you can do right now. It doesn't cost anything. And it's just like breaking the habit of being yourself. And like when things are bad enough for you, like, because it comes from privilege a lot of the time. Like if you're privileged if you can complain enough and still not want to change. Like it takes, you've got to be in a pretty bad situation to actually make changes. Like if you're in a bad situation, you'll make a change. Trust me. Like I hate to say it, but like often, like, and people hate to hear this, and it's triggering. And do you know why it's triggering? Because if it triggers people, it's often true about them. And if it doesn't trigger people, like this stuff doesn't trigger me. So it's usually arrogance, laziness, or like lack of intelligence, which is very, very uncommon. Like you don't have to be smart to be successful and happy at all. If anything, like sometimes that holds people back. You definitely don't have to be. It's a big arrogance thing. Hello. I'm not married at all. I'm single. This is something that I wear when I'm on vacation. So these rings cost me $20. I wear these when I'm on vacation for safety because I'm a single girl. So I wear them so that if someone approaches me and says, and I look like a potato right now, so please don't judge how I look and base it on that. But if someone approaches me and asks me like on a date, which doesn't, it's more like in the places that I would travel. It's not so much like it wouldn't happen back home. But if I'm away, I do it. So for safety mainly, but also just because I've been in situations, I don't know if it's just the like certain places I've traveled where like the men are not bad, but like super stalkery. I had a driver who was took me on one drive, like literally one drive. So he had my WhatsApp, right? And it was just annoying because he just kept contacting me. And then I blocked him and he contacted me off 5 different numbers. And he was a short king as well. There was nothing wrong with it, but I didn't understand it. I was like, I just didn't get it. Like, he was 5'2". Well, there's nothing wrong with that, but like, there's girls out there that are 4'8" that would have been perfect for him. I was like, I don't understand why you're chasing around like a lanky giant like me. And you're a taxi driver. Like, I don't feel like this will work out for us. Not because you're a taxi driver, but because we don't have a lot in common. Juan, Joan, whatever. Yeah, we just I didn't understand that. I feel like he was a nice person, probably could have like used his time on a nice girl. But that's the thing, like the Mexican girls are like tend to be way shorter, right? So when I go into a shop here, the clothes are usually like not fitting correctly on me because like, you know, Mexican girls are quite short. So would have been perfect for him. So I wasn't sure why he would want to be, anyway. It's all in the mind, and it takes so much discipline, like more discipline than going to the gym and like people thinking they need to work on like their muscles or like they need to have like goals for like 2025. Like all of this stuff that you guys spend so much time on, you should be spending on that. And like when you understand that, like if you really understood that, and like the stuff I'm going to talk about with crypto, if you understood that and you understood crypto, you wouldn't, like I wouldn't need to, you would just, if you understood it, you would go to Bitcoin. If you understood it, you would be working on your mind every day because you just wouldn't want to live any other way. Why live an unhappy life where you don't feel fulfilled and you can't afford to do what you want to do when you can? And once you've experienced that, you'll never go back because you can always access it. So why would you ever go back to that? That's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. Like, it's just a lack of exposure to this, like, knowledge, really. That's all it is. The Dominican Republic. Oh my gosh, cool. I'm actually going to be very close to that. I'm very excited about, I am very interested in the Dominican Republic. I'm going to be very close to you in 2 days. I'm going to be in an island next to you, if you can guess where that is, but I'm sure you'll be able to guess. So I'm going to be on your right. I can't understand Spanish, unfortunately. Duolingo says I'm doing really well, and I'm not. I'm just good with pattern recognition. I can't. Thank you. And thank you for being a new follower. What's it like in the Dominican Republic, though? I'm curious. I'm going to be on your right in I don't know, Puerto Rico. I'll be there on Friday. In San Juan, which will be fun. But I'm going flying through Miami first, so that's what I'm doing. But yeah, it's this receiving mode, and it's this like so I do this, like I do it every day. I have to. There's been times I haven't, and there's been times I've like woken up one day and I've been like, why am I unhappy all of a sudden? Why do I feel so unfulfilled? Why am I bored? Why do I feel like I need to like seek things outside of me, and I'm worried and all these things? And then I realize I haven't been, and it's like, it's passive. Like you just listen to audio and it reprograms your mind, and then you start automatically doing things differently, and then all of a sudden, like, you know, your bank balance goes up, your happiness goes up, the people like right now outside, I'm meant to be going to something right now outside socially, things change for you. It just shifts. It's what happens, it shifts. And like, you can be doing anything. You can be cleaning your house. You can be, you know, cleaning your room, doing your nails, anything. And you're listening to this audio. And that's what reprograms your mind, because it takes a while for you to reprogram your mind. It's like, did anyone know Joe Dispenza's book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself? Because that's a really good like way of explaining it. You have to break the habit of being you, because like, and like I know people are like kind of like disbelievers, or like they want to be, you know, like haters and stuff. And I spoke earlier about, not anyone on this live right now, but like obviously I do see a lot of it in terms of arrogance. There's arrogance, and the arrogance is the main one, and arrogance is such a good thing to let go of. Arrogance is like, people misinterpret arrogance. They think that if someone is proud of themselves and they've done well, that they're arrogant. It's the opposite. So arrogant people are unhappy people. They're the types of people that they can't listen to anything because they don't want to be told. They know they have to be the expert on everything. They're the types of people that roll their eyes at, and like, you're just that type of person. They're the people that, you know, like you'll get an example, like you'll get your nails done and they're like, why are they so, like they're so square, or, you know, they've always got something negative to say. And it's interesting, like I didn't realize for so long, like when I was younger, I used to take that stuff on board, literally. Like I had people say that to me, like they'd be like, oh, I just like these little underhanded insults. And like people like that, don't have them in your life. But people like that, as time goes on, you'll see that like things don't work out for them because of the arrogance. It's just the way, like, it's the way the world works. And like, I feel like there's so many people have so many questions about like, people want to know, right? I don't know, I'm assuming people want to know. Like, most people aren't where they want to be, and they want to know how they can get to where they want to be. And if they're not, I guess they're just like distracting themselves. But I mean, if you're happy, more kudos to you if you're happy. But if you're not, then it sounds really beautiful there. Like the whole area, I guess, like Dominican Republic and like all of the, I'm gonna sound, because I'm from New Zealand, like I'm just gonna sound really stupid saying this stuff. It's like, I'm not of this part of the world. I'm from where Lord of the Rings is. I am the female Legolas. I'm a Cinder elf. Yeah, so that's me. But what do people want to know? because I was just gonna talk. And I would be uploading videos, like long form videos, but my phone hates me at the moment, so it's really difficult for me to do that. And I am much better when I'm just talking in terms of, I write notes down to myself a lot, but yeah, in terms of money, so I'm gonna assume like most people wanna know how to make more money. Like, put your hand in the air if you wanna make more money. Like, who does? Money's not gonna buy you everything in the world, but like, come on. In this day and age, like the more money you have, the better. It's just the way things are. So, how can you make more money? Well, and again, like this isn't coming from a place of arrogance. I want to tell you because you need to put your trust in me, obviously, and like you're not going to listen to someone who hasn't done anything. So, I'm obviously like not an old person. I did not inherit money. I made it myself, and I have been on vacation around the world. This will be my 7th month. So, yeah, it's good. So I'm just saying that because I need you to understand that like the advice I'm giving you is coming from someone who's done it with everything against me. Like I do not have parents supporting me. I actually pay for one parent to be kept alive in full-time care, 24 hours, nursing, traumatic brain injury from the 4th, failed unaliving, caused a TBI. So, yeah, I don't have any choice either. I just have to make sure that I have enough to be abundant. It's funny because like it kind of, I didn't expect at this age that I would be financially supporting. It's not even financially supporting, like it's full-time nursing care. And that's nothing to be sorry for me about. That's no disadvantage to me. It doesn't change anything. If it happened or if it didn't happen, we're in the present moment now. And I'm grateful for everything that I have, and I'm grateful to God. And my relationship with God has definitely progressed. But if you did, so if you're not in crypto, you don't have money in crypto, if you studied where your money went in terms of like the bank, you use the bank, you use a debit card, you use Venmo, and it's just going to your bank. But if you studied where your money went and like how it operates, you would go to Bitcoin. Like you would. You just wouldn't. You would. The same way, like if I said to you, if you looked at rat poison, you wouldn't drink it. You just wouldn't. Like you'd be so put off that you would just do it. Yeah, if you look, like, then that's the thing. A lot of the time it does come from arrogance, and it comes from the arrogance can be, it's not like a showing off thing. It's not being willing to be open to accept that there might actually be a better way. And crypto's been there for me, like if you guys, like, again, I think I wrote down some notes when I was journaling earlier. Yeah. You would go to Bitcoin, but you're not on the fence. Like no one who's saying that they're not investing in crypto, you're not on the fence and you're not going to do it. You just haven't done it. Like until you do it, you're just a non-doer. You're not on the fence. You're not waiting. Like it takes 2 minutes. I could do it right now while I'm on this live. That's how fast it is. It takes 2 minutes. Like I said, I mentioned it earlier, and I'm going to mention it not because I'm trying to show off, because I'm trying to tell you so that you can understand why you should do it and help you hopefully make some money so that you can have some freedom too. Like that would be good, right? We'd all like that. Because I want everyone to be prosperous, I want everyone to have freedom, and I want everyone to be happy. And I know that's probably not possible, but let's try as much as we can to uplift each other. So, I don't understand a lot of that, sorry. You don't stop to speak. It's more difficult to understand you. I'd like to understand what that means. I've been swimming, by the way, so like I look really bad. Israel now God. I don't understand. If these are just like pointless comments, I'd prefer them to be useful for people, you know? Like, let's make this helpful for everyone. Because, like, anyway, there's infinite possibilities, right? Right now, there's infinite possibilities for everyone in this video and for everyone that will watch this video later. Out of all of the possibilities that we have, we can do whatever we want right now. So we can choose to succeed, we can choose to make money, which, by the way, is not out of reach for anyone. Every single one of you can make money right now. And I'm not trying to sell you anything. I will not sell you anything. I will not recommend anything, and it does not benefit me at all, whether you make nothing or you make $1 million. I'm just doing it because I feel like I should. Is that like a hate? If that's a hate comment, I have some interesting insight into that. So people that leave comments like that, and they're like saying stuff where they're insulting your looks, right? They are like, I mentioned this in a short, they are like I see them as the same as I feel sorry for people on the street who are begging and like going through the trash for food. That's what they are. Like, they're that low that they're like reaching up, like, please, please give me something. Pull you down. I want to pull you down from the ledge that you're on. I want to try and pull you. Please, can I? That's what hate comment people are. Because like, I see people every day that I find aspects of their appearance not appealing, but I never once do I say it to them. Why? Why do I not tell people when I find them unattractive? Like, why? Because I don't want them to feel bad. Why do I not want them to feel bad? Because I am already here. I'm already there. So I don't need to making people feel bad makes me feel bad. Like, the only reason people hate comment is because they're already at the bottom. Like, you have to be at the absolute bottom of the food chain, and it makes you look bad, and it puts you back. It doesn't help you, and it doesn't really do anything to the people either. I'm saying this in like hopes that it'll help you in the same way that I'd like to give someone on the street a bit of money if they're holding their hand up and trying to pull down, you know. But yeah, it's the lowest vibration you can be. So when you're in that vibration and you're nasty to people, you attract terrible things into your life. But yeah, people, like, you'll notice that like successful men, attractive, successful men, I've had a relationship with a very, very successful man. Like men that are super, super wealthy and respectable, and like they've achieved in many echelons in their lives, right? They're high achievers and other people admire them. They're not like, do you think they've once left a hate comment ever? No. It's brokey behavior. Like, it is, it's just brokey behavior. So it doesn't make other people look bad. Like, when you say something mean about someone else, it makes you look bad. It doesn't make the other person look bad. Like, why would that ever consciously in anyone's brain think that would... Like, I guess I am laughing at you, but like not in the way of like, I don't feel like I hate you or anything. I don't get why so many people waste their time on that. Like, we have infinite possibilities in front of us. We could be making money. We could be happy. We could be dancing in our living rooms. We could be socializing. We could be helping people out. We could be starting a business. We could be donating money. We could be helping someone in any way, shape, or form. Like an old person that needs help, doing an act of kindness, and instead, like, someone will sit there and go out of their way to try and insult someone. And you think God looks down and goes, that's someone I'm going to bless today. So, like, the math isn't mathing. Come on, like, it's just like, I can't with that. It's just stupid. But, yeah, if you have experience being on the other side of the world and, like, having fraudulent activity happen on, like, your cards and stuff like that, you would invest in crypto as well, because it gives you complete freedom. And also, it's great when it goes up. Like, when you buy in at like 15K and then it goes to 100K, like, can you imagine how good that feels? You didn't even do anything. And people are like, how do I make money? Like, I feel like people have been saying this for so long, and the arrogant people that are like, oh, well, like, crypto's just not that secure. Like, how do you think I pay for this? Like, there's so many things I could pull out right now and just hold in front of you and go, I bought this with crypto. Like, they're like, it's not even real. Like, pretty sure it's real. Yeah, like, if you're in the USA, your dollar is deflating. If you're in the USA, it's almost half of your currency was printed out of thin air in the last 3 years. Do you know what that means? Do you know, like, your money's worth nothing. Your money is, and it's going down more. And people are like, oh, well, I've invested in land. Well, that's great for you that you've invested in land, but, like, in reality, you're minus money. People still don't understand that. The people that have all the money, like the people that are in the rooms that you can't access, this is the kind of things that they talk about. They don't have things. Have you noticed that? Like Pavlov from Telegram. He says, I don't own anything. I'm not in the pursuit of buying things. I'm in the pursuit of freedom. Like, super wealthy people are not interested in having a whip and having, like, designer stuff. When I have designer stuff, I don't even, like, I find it cringe having it. It's like a cringe thing. But the pursuit of freedom is like being able to do what you want, when you want, having the means to be able to do it, and not having people telling you what to do. And that's a really good place to be. And I'm sure a lot of people would want that. So that's how you do it. Nice top. Have you brought some crypto? Have you brought some crypto though? Like, do you want me to tell you how to do it? What you do is you make an account on a really easy app, and from there you just connect I can tell you the easy way, and I can tell you the way that, like, I'm a programmer and I've done like cyber security stuff, and I've also done blockchain programming. I haven't had a job as a blockchain programmer, but I've got a blockchain, like, blockchain is crypto, so blockchain programming certifications. I've done that. computer software programming and cybersecurity, right? So I understand how these things work, but the easy way to do it, because like I honestly think it needs to be easy, is to just download an app, set up with your debit card, and just buy some crypto. It doesn't have to be much. Like, people always think they need to like save up this big lump sum of money and then one day they're going to do it, and they just stop. That's just their excuse for not doing it. And like, I know it seems like I'm being petty or like judgmental and stuff, but like, if you'd done it on my Instagram, I said literally, I said this when it was down anyway, but I said it. I was like, if you buy right now, you will quadruple your money. And I like called how many weeks. I was like, if you want to, like, let's say you've got $1,000 and that's all you've got, which obviously isn't a great place to be, but you've only got $1,000. If you want to make $4,000 out of that $1,000, this is what you need to do. Just buy this, and in this amount of time, you will have that. Imagine if it was 10. And then that exact thing happened. But when I said that, I just had a lot of people say, you're full of shit. You don't know what you're talking about. And then they were real quiet. They were real quiet a few weeks later when it happened. And then someone had called me arrogant. They were like, when your crypto goes up and you get all arrogant. I'm like, okay. It's weird. But yeah, it's, I don't know, like, the most important thing is how you feel. So I'm talking about money because that's the thing that tends to make people like the most unhappy, is their lack of money or their perceived lack of money. It's like an easy thing to talk about. Money is just energy, though. Money isn't real, it's just numbers on a screen. Money doesn't exist. When you understand that money doesn't exist and that money is energy, then you will start to attract a lot of money. Money's not real. That's the first one. So money's not a finite resource, it's an energy exchange. And looking at your money as I need to do X to have Y is like what keeps people in this cycle of lack, because you're associating your time with money. And when you stop associating your time with money, because you don't put a dollar on your hour or whatever, that's when it changes. Like, the thing that people miss is you don't have to do anything. You don't have to go set anything up. I mean, apart from the crypto thing, you don't have to go set up a website and build a business or anything like that. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You don't have to do any of it. Like, but I need to go get my drink. I'm meant to be out socializing right now, actually, and I feel bad because I'm not doing that. So I should probably go and do that. But yeah, I would recommend Abraham Hicks on YouTube, listening to that. I would recommend not spending any time gaming, not spending any time watching TV, not spending any time watching movies. Like, people complain about being broke and then still entertained. Like, that really, really confuses me. Like, if you have money problems and you're entertaining yourself with Netflix, like, you're the problem. Like, I can't feel sympathy for people. Like, how many people do you know that are like that? They're like, oh my God, like, I need to like make more money. And then like they go home and sit and watch Netflix. Like, how, like, if you were really like that upset about being broke, like, you would not be watching Netflix. Like, and people just, yeah, it's just a bad habit, this whole excuse thing, this whole poor me thing. When you don't want to be a victim, like, I could give you, I've had so many tragedies happen in my life. And I don't want sympathy, because sympathy reinforces that you're a victim and just keeps giving you bad circumstances. But people, I like, sympathy is shit. Don't tell people about your problems. People honestly, like, and it's sad, but it's the truth, like, people don't care. And they might act like they care and, like, say, like, oh, well, like, that's sad for you, but, like, they don't. They care about themselves. So, like, telling people your misfortunes is not ever going to help you. Like, you're responsible for yourself and to create the life that you want. You're responsible for your own happiness. No one else is responsible for your own happiness. No one else can actually do anything for your own happiness except for you. It's only you. And thank God for that. And, like, blaming people for things, like being like, oh, this person did this to me and, like, they were really, really bad to me. Well, why are you giving them power? Like, by blaming people, you give them power. You're saying, like, that's such a weak place to be. Like, imagine being that weak. Like, I'm so weak that I'm going to blame someone for something that happened to me and give them power. So what? They can just, like, act like that to you, and every time they do, you, like, crumble to the ground. Like, that's giving them power. Like, stop giving your power away to people. Stop giving your power away to people. Stop, like, having this laundry list of, like, everything. It's like everything. All these people are the same, and people constantly ask me the same questions. How do you do it? How do you do it? How do you do it? I'm just, like, constantly repeating how it's done. It's not, it's the same. If you actually, like, stop and educate yourself on it, it's always the same thing that people are telling you to do. It's that you just have to do it. You have to do it. Like, you have to do the work. You have to do the work, not go into work. I don't work for anyone. I don't do that. I will never work for anyone ever again. I will never have a 9 to 5 again. I will never sit in an office again. I'll never sit in an interview and be like to someone, they'll be like, why do you want to work here? And I'll make up some bullshit fucking story. Be like, that is the most, to me, that's like the most yucky, slave-like behavior ever. Job interviews. And they're like, oh, why do you want to work here? And you have to lie to them. Like, no one ever wants to work somewhere. They just want the money, right? Like, why can't we just be real people? It's so weird for me. I'm autistic, by the way, so, like, none of this stuff, like, really ever makes sense to me. If there's a job interview and they're like, why do you think we should hire you? It's like, I don't fucking know. I want money. Like, I'll do the job. Like, what? Can we get to the point? Like, that's how I feel about that kind of stuff. So I don't do that. And, like, people like that just don't get very far in life, I don't think. So, yeah. And freedom's good. Freedom is good, but freedom is not free. You have to do a lot of work on yourself. You have to, like, seriously do a lot of work on yourself, and it's you have to not give a fuck about what people think about you. Like, because no one gives a fuck about what people think. No one gives a fuck about you anyway. Doesn't matter who you are, but you have to not care about people's opinions, like, at all. You can't care about what people think about you. You have to walk a path that's different to what other people do, and most people that know you will tell you that what you're doing is wrong. And that's what's happened to most people. Like Elon Musk, Steve Jobs. Doesn't matter if they're good or bad people, I'm just giving you examples. Jeff Bezos, all of these, every single person, doesn't matter if they're good or bad, I'm just telling you, they're very wealthy people. Anyone who's very wealthy went through a period of everyone in their life saying to them, you're doing, like, what are you doing? You're acting weird. Why are you being weird? Why are you doing these weird things? Like, just go and be normal. Go get a normal job. Like, they all went through that exact same thing. And they all say the same thing, that they had to, like, use their mind to get self-belief to get them to where they needed to be. Like, it's all the same. There's, like, the second law of thermodynamics, and the whole world is bound by natural law. So, like, wasn't really like, I'm not necessarily saying it to you. It's just because I can't upload like long form at the moment, videos. It's not a personal thing to one person to say to not do that. Like, you don't need to say to me that you don't watch. Like, it's not, I'm just saying, it's like general advice. Because a lot of the guys my age are addicted to gaming. And in the same breath, they complain that they can't make money. And I'm like, well, why are you playing Fortnite? Like, the men that I have friends, like girlfriends, right? Not girlfriends that not in that way, but friends that are girls that are beautiful, beautiful girls, like girls that stop traffic. The kind of guys that they are attracted to, and not those kinds of guys at all. And I'm not saying anyone in here is that. I don't know you, so how would I, like, I don't know any of you personally, so I wouldn't know what you do or don't do. I'm just saying, like, those traits are not attractive to girls. And those traits don't get you anywhere either. So, like, it's good to be like this whole toxic masculinity thing. It's just like a joke. Like, be toxically masculine. Good. Like, don't be emotional. Control your emotions. It's good to control your emotions. It's good to be rational. Like, a rational, sound, like, level-headed man is very attractive. It's got nothing to do with your height. Like, it's got nothing to do with any of that stuff. Like, the girls aren't really into, like, it's not a big looks thing with girls. Men, and this is scientific, men are visual. So men visually have attraction. Women don't. So, like, women don't get attracted to men based on how they look. I know I look like a clown right now, I'm not blended in. Women don't do that. Women have a different part of their brain. So, because we were, like, in colonies, I guess, when we were hunter-gatherer types, it developed, like, how we had attraction, right? So, women are attracted to men that are stable and are provider mindset types, and that's just because of biology. Men have more of a visual attraction, and that's biology, because women that are more physically attractive, meaning like they look like they've got a nice face, they've got like a small waist, they've got hips, all that sort of thing. It means that they're like more likely to be childbearing and less likely to have birth complications than someone that's like, and I'm not probably going to offend people, but like super overweight. And we can't, like, this whole like beauty at every size thing is just bullshit. Like, let's be honest, it is bullshit. Like, no one looks better obese. Like, not a single person. I get it, like, but no one else has to find you. Like, you don't demand people find you attractive. Like, being attractive is, again, it's a discipline. Like, it's not just you either are or you aren't. And like, there is no one that is obese by accident. And there's no exceptions to that, because if you've been to third world countries, you will see that there is no one there that's obese. So if it was really like some sort of problem with your health and there was nothing you could do about it, and it wasn't what you ate, then why would starving kids in Africa would be obese as well? But that doesn't happen. People just lie to themselves because they don't want to put in the work. They see the end result, but they don't see what goes behind it. All women are more attracted to status and money. They're not attracted to looks. Women are truly attracted to, and status can be just like the way a man holds himself. But women are truly attracted to status and money because it shows that a man is masculine. The same way guys like girls that are attractive because it shows that they're feminine. Like, you're not attracted to a girl that looks like a dude, right? It's the same thing. It's like basic 101. And it's like, You look around you, you look at your life experience, you'll see it. It's very simple. All of this stuff is very simple, but we get so brainwashed by the mainstream media and by Netflix and by TikTok and by all of these things that we start thinking that, like, life is actually very simple, and we just make it very complicated. It's very simple to win because almost no one is trying. Your competition is people that are complaining that they are victims. That's who you're up against. It's never been easier to win. It's never been easier to get rich. It's never been easier to do all of this stuff. It's honestly, like, you have no competition. It's so easy, but you just have to try because people aren't trying. So, like, that's all it is. And people don't try, usually not because they're lazy, but because it's an arrogance thing. Like, they want to believe that the path they went down was the right path and they don't want to be wrong. So, yeah, it's a good thing. If you can learn to not stick to your guns, sticking to your guns is like stupid as well, because things change and you learn, and when you learn, you're going to change your opinion. So changing your opinion is fine. It's a sign of intelligence. People that have to stick to their guns, it's like, yeah, it just means that they can't accept, like, when they're wrong, and everyone's wrong. I'm wrong sometimes. And being able to acknowledge that is a step towards happiness and success. But if you can't acknowledge, like, you will all know someone in your life that, like, can't be wrong, always has to be right. How much do you want to be around that person? Never. They're just not nice to be around. They're just bad energy. Yeah, I'm gonna go get a drink. But I really should go outside and socialize, but I really don't want to. I don't feel like socializing with real people right now. Because I'm flying. What am I doing? I'm flying to Miami on the day after tomorrow. Like, tomorrow morning, 24 hours, and then from there to Puerto Rico. And I feel like kind of low energy, like I want to, I don't know, yeah, I'm gonna go get a drink. I actually had tequila, which I was supposed to be drinking with these people outside. I don't know if they're still there. Maybe I should have a drink of tequila. Maybe that will make me more in the mood to socialize. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that on YouTube. This is the most boring live ever. I'm so sorry for how boring it is. And I don't even really want to get ready because, like, I don't really want to do anything right now. I am tired. Why is this is a really weird angle, and this lighting literally makes me look like Ron Weasley. Like, that, I don't know why, but those lights are just like not it. So yeah. Whenever I feel like this and feel like a little bit like low vibration and like low, you know, like I don't feel like super, most of the time I'm a very happy, super enthused person. So if I don't feel that way, I generally, like, even though I technically have plans, I try to not go out and like seek things outside of me. I try to get back into the like mind frame of anything is possible, and then it just comes back. So yeah. Yeah, men are weird these days, I think. I would have preferred to have been growing up in like the 50s and the 60s, I think. I like a more traditional, like, sort of thing. It's like people just got married and they carried on with their lives and things were easy. But yeah. I can actually see. This is just, yeah, this live is so boring. I don't really see the point of carrying on. I'm better in like terms of long form video. I tend to be able to speak in a more fluid flow. But if I'm on live, it's kind of weird for me. But yeah, everything comes from within. It's all from within. And nothing is more important than how you feel. Feeling good is the most important thing. Feeling good is the most selfless thing you can do and the most rewarding thing you can do for yourself. So I am going to go and work on feeling good because obviously my energy is like down right now. But I've had a very good day.